and gentlemen, welcome to this very special episode. It's the 150th episode of PD's Awesome Guest Panel, and what better guest star to do it with a huge guest star like we have today. Now, before we introduce tonight's iconic legendary name, I would like to introduce tonight's co-host for this evening, all Power Ranger enthusiasts. First off, from jolly old England, Mr. Kwame Jacobs.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Good to see you, Kwam.
Mm-hmm.
Also joining us tonight, we have Dan Romano.
Hey, Pete, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. Hey, Alyson.
And you know how
Hi,
much I love
Jay, good to see your face.
that. Also joining us tonight as well, representing Morphin Time Fitness, Mr. Rob Dunnan.
Hi, everybody. Glad to be here. Hi, Alyson.
Hi, sweetheart. Good to see you.
Great seeing you today.
Sorry it's not in person.
Also joining us tonight for her first time ever, we have Miss Ann Lee.
Thanks for having me on.
Great to have you. Now,
Hey,
introducing tonight's legendary iconic name. Let me just tell you about this woman. This is the woman who in 2002 kicked so much ass on Power Rangers Wild Force. She is always going to be my sergeant. She is the star of Power Rangers Wild Force and Taylor herself, Miss Alyson. See, I said Taylor. Alyson Sullivan. Alyson, how are you today? Welcome.
Thank you for the lovely intro.
I got so
Thank
excited I
you.
accidentally called your last name Taylor.
That's okay.
It's like Alyson Taylor.
Hey, I mean that sounds like a decent name.
Of course.
Very sounds very Hollywood.
Sounds stylish. Before we get into the questions too, I just gotta say it's so great to see you again, Alyson. I went to my first MorphCon last year, and meeting you was one of the coolest experiences ever. I mean, to me, MorphCon felt like Woodstock, nothing but love, peace, and Power Rangers.
And that's what it should be.
Absolutely.
And I'm just sad that it's every two years.
Will you be?
That it's not every year.
Will you be at next year's?
I will, sorry, doggy's coughing. As long as I'm not on set and I, am able to walk, I will come to PMC.
I can't wait. We're looking forward to seeing you. Now, one of the first questions I have for you, this could be a typical cliche question too, and that is, what inspired you to get into acting, and when did you get your first big break into acting? Take us there.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've talked about myself. So, okay, I will do that. Sorry.
You can do it.
You guys, after all these years, it is still very strange that people want to ask me questions about myself. So thank you for the question. I have pictures of myself when I was younger than 8 in school plays and acting and entertaining my family and friends. I've always been very silly. So when I was 8, I was in a dance class because I did ballet, tap, and jazz from when I was about 2. And the dance teacher, she fashioned herself an acting manager, and she told my mom that I would be great in commercials. And that's when I started. I started when I was 8, and I did commercials. They're on my Instagram. If you go deep into my Instagram, you can see me when I was 8 in my first one, and all the way up into my 20s. And I just started acting, and then my first show was on a show called The Torkelsons, which was a 3-camera sitcom. And so, yeah, since 1986, since before all of you, well, I know not all of you. Well,
No, I was born. I was 3 years old.
I wasn't there. I was born
and
later.
I know
90.
how old Anne is, but I won't say anything.
You're not
And I
much
was
older than me,
88.
Alyson.
It's still years younger than I am, Anne. So,
I'm
and
kind of
it's my
I'm the
birthday in
youngest.
11 days. Who's the youngest?
It's
P?
me.
Kwame.
Oh, you are? Oh, Kwame is okay.
Yeah, Kwame's the
You're
youngest.
how old?
Well, I kind of came into the world before Wild Force came in.
Oh, okay. Well,
I got a
I'm
feeling I'm the oldest one here out of the hosts. I just have that feeling.
I was
Well-
88.
I was 90.
Uh,
90.
01 for me.
83.
And us girls don't need to talk about our ages.
That's
now,
right.
do
We don't. Yeah. Let's be gentlemen and respect that, guys.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Before,
thank you
All
for the question.
no problem.
And do you guys want to see Benny?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Sure.
Aw,
Ah,
Your Doge.
cutie.
He is the dog. He is Lazarus, man. He's the dog that just it's shocking every day, but I'm grateful he's still alive. But yeah, so thank you for the great first question. Did
Anytime.
that answer your question thoroughly?
It did. And Dan, before you ask your question, let me just say
you
too,
did.
Alyson, like I just remember like you giving me this really incredible pep talk at Morphicon. Like I remember I was telling you like about the hard times like in middle school and like how Wild Force helped like well, watching Wild Force help me like through hard times. And I remember because like you're so damn tall, like you were like reaching me and you gave me like this pep talk and you were like talking like man, I was like getting like very like tense because you were like giving me like this motivational like talk like you were like this and again you can tell me if I'm wrong or not but you were like going to the ladder of like you don't let anybody push around you understand me you stand up for yourself like
You know, we all just need to stop judging each other and being critical of each other and trying to build each other up. There's just too much of that. So
Amen to that.
but honey, I'm not that tall. I think I had 4 to 5 inch heels on easily. So
because I'll tell you why that because I remember when I was doing the photo ops like they have like the photo ops thing and I remember what you were taking a picture with a person and you're like am I too tall and then you like kick off your heels like hold on
That was me.
that was Anne.
you're like
That
am
was
I too
me.
tall
That was Anne. And
Oh,
I would
Thank you
do
so much
it
for
again
taking
for
them off.
anybody. Well, I the heels make you look taller and thinner, and I got to pull them out, and so I do for PMC. But
Doesn't help a
anyway,
short person though. When you wear-
well, I didn't tell you not to wear heels, Anne,
Ah, ha, ha.
but I will always take them off for you or for anyone
Thank you.
who. Yes, of course, anytime.
You never have to worry about that with me. I
Oh,
still
now
got you
he's
on height. I
bragging.
still got you on height, even with the heels
Now
on.
he's bragging. Okay.
Dan,
Hmm.
your first
Hmm.
question for Mrs. Sullivan. Sorry.
Alyson, always a pleasure to see you. I love
Hi.
seeing you and talking to you.
It's great seeing your smile. Hello.
Thank you. You and I go way back. And a couple of things. I'm wearing yellow, by the way.
Thank
we-
you kindly for representing.
My pleasure. And I should hold on. Look what else I got here. I think you'll appreciate this.
Stop it.
Mhm.
Oh, did I say that one for
Oh,
you?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, you're so sweet.
oh, it's
Thank you.
autographed.
Yep.
That's cool.
Thank you.
I closed my business when I moved here, the mustard business, but I've
Yes.
been making so for like a year and a half, I was telling my neighbors who live 3 doors down from me on our lane about the mustard, and I don't really talk about it here, but I made it, and one of my friends, Graham, and his wife, he's now addicted to it, and I've already made him two jars, and he's like, so when are you gonna make the mustard again?
Oh my god.
But anyways, I totally just started yapping and you had a question for me, but you were showing me that jar, so it made
Oh, I
me
did.
think of, sorry. So
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
continue.
Yes. But thank you for supporting the business. That was really kind of you.
My pleasure, Alyson. I love it. And my question is, well, do you have any cool memories you can tell, like some behind the scenes you could tell us?
Well, so I've been asked this before, and I like to think of something different. I've told some stories. Well, something cast related.
Sure.
I've told you
Whatever you
guys
want.
about I've told you guys about how I fangirled on Vernon Wells when
Awesome.
I got on location and we were about to shoot. But probably okay. Well, filming with Time Force, do you guys remember that end scene where we had that picnic?
Picnic, yep, the picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anywhere,
Yeah,
man. I
that
love that
That's a
scene.
great scene.
Me too. I
oh,
love it.
it was such like all that smiling and laughing and all of that. That was very much real. We were having so much fun shooting. You know, like when you have such a small cast, and we had such a small cast, and they had such a small cast, and then both of our teams were brought together, that was so much more fun. And you know, like each team sort of needs some fresh meat in it. So we just like all of that like all that good feeling from those two episodes was really because we all liked each other and we had such a good time together. But as far as like other like little anecdotes, I mean, guys, I'm turning 48 in 11 days, and I
You
was
don't
24
look it.
then.
You don't
Well,
look
thank
40.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Tommy's
Definitely
right.
don't. Definitely
Tommy's
don't.
absolutely right. Are you sure you're not
Thank
20
you.
or 19?
Well, but that is very kind. What my point is I was 24 then, so I don't remember like all the little stories. I mean, there were stories about us like shooting in the rain and like being sopping wet, but then you look back on it and they, you know, I thought that those were some of our best scenes, coolest scenes. Um, anyways,
You know, I gotta,
probably not the best answer. I'm sorry. I have serious jet lag. I traveled for 27 hours yesterday. So I'm like a little
Damn.
sorry to hear
foggy.
that.
No, it's okay. At least I got here safely.
Oh, that's the important
That's
thing.
That's the
good.
main thing.
That's the
Yeah.
main thing. And
Yeah.
Alyson, I gotta ask too, because like, of course, your season's very, very interesting. I told Sing Wong this very same thing because your season's actually the only season that was half Fox Kids, half Disney, where they moved
Yeah.
production from California to New Zealand. What episode of New Zealand?
Well,
Sorry.
no, honey, we didn't shoot there.
Okay, never mind. I
Uh,
take that back.
She was all in
Yeah.
California.
Okay.
Yeah, we were that's why we didn't have a crossover with Ninja Storm because we were in California and they were all in New Zealand.
Ah, I see.
Team up
We
we
got
all wanted.
robbed.
Yeah,
We
we
got
all wanted that.
robbed.
Big
And
time got robbed.
it sucks too because now like I've made friends with so many of that cast that we're like it would have been so much fun to like, you know, to film together and we sorry bud and we totally, you know, not got jibbed but like it would have been so cool.
Would have been.
So
And
What a
now, Kwame, you had a question for Alyson,
Amazing.
and your question actually was a two-parter, right? And this is a question, and Alyson, this is a question we ask every single guest star on the show, well, Power Ranger related ones, and you're no exception to the rule, my friend. So, Kwame, go ahead.
okay,
Took over.
hit me.
Yep. Go ahead, Kwame.
Okay. Normally do it later on, but sure.
No,
How
let's
does it
do
feel to
right
be a
now.
legend?
I like Alyson so much. Let's ask this question now.
I just said it.
I'm a
Okay, I'll say it again.
legend in
Yeah,
my own
you.
mind.
Not in your own mind. I mean, I think she's a legend.
You are.
Period. Period.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind. That's a kind question.
Mhm.
It's still wait, I'm sorry. I just have to make sure that Benny isn't going. Sorry, guys. I think
It's
Benny
cool.
has
No
to
worries.
go potty. I'm sorry. He's a very old man and he's gone to the sorry, you guys.
No worries.
That's okay.
Take
It's
your
all right.
time.
Yeah.
It's all
Take
good.
care of the pup.
Yeah, he's if I don't, it's gonna be on the rug. So
Yeah,
sorry.
can't
You
have
don't
that.
want on the rug.
You got a close up of me. Sorry. A legend. Okay. I still it is still a strange thing to be part of something that I did that has affected so many people. And so I think that's why you would call someone a legend, right? Like, is that it because of the effect they've had on people, or how do you see being a legend? What does that mean so that I can get to answer the question better?
Basically, like how like you impacted the lives of old generation Power Ranger fans and new generation Power Ranger fans.
Okay. It's an honor. I'm going to close the door now since he went potty. Sorry. Live filming, this happens, and my husband is not here, so to do this for me. It's an honor to know that I did something good. Like, I'm just an actor, and I just went to work, and I did my job the best I could. I did not realize that I was a part of something that was going to help so many people, or that was going to inspire so many people, or that was going to have such a positive effect on people all over this planet. It still shocks me to this day, and it's humbling, and I'm grateful with all of the shows that I've been on and all of the acting that I've done, that this show has made such an impact on so many lives. So for me, I feel like I've done something good, and I'm grateful each time that a fan shares how Wild Force has helped them, and to have been able to be a part of it. So I still am not used to sometimes how people react to meeting me, or to, yeah, or it's just like a strange thing. It's something I'm still have not gotten used to, and I don't think that I ever will, but it is a
You
very
will.
humble thing, and I am very, very grateful that you guys let us know how we have made you feel. You have blessed our lives and enhanced our lives telling us this. So thank you.
Of course, and like
Yeah,
I said, and
anytime.
well, we absolutely mean every word because I've always said, and I loved all the Rangers, and if I had to give my Mount Rushmore of the Yellow Rangers, and I'm honestly, and you can check any interview, I told Sasha Craig this and a bunch of other people, if I had to name my Mount Rushmore of Yellow Rangers in Power Ranger history, it would be the following in no order. It would be Alyson Sullivan, Nakia Burrise, Tracy Lynn, and of course, Deborah. Deborah.
Estelle
Estelle Phillips.
Phillips.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Deborah Stain Phillips. She's
Yes.
Katie, the
Deborah
yellow
Estelle
Time Force
Phillips.
Ranger.
Yeah. And she, I mean, like all those, people are just such stellar humans too. Um, and my buddies. So glad to know that I'm up there. Thank you, Petey.
Of course, and Robbie, before you ask your question, I just got to say too, Allison, that that when I watch it, and it's what I think I loved about Wild Force is like how much heart and soul is put into Wild Force. Like I remember 2 episodes specifically that where I felt so emotionally invested into the storyline that actually I felt like it was like fear, like my heart stopped in fear. I was 2 scenes particular. It was the scene where when all you, and I told Jack Guzman this too, like where it was like all of you had your crystals stolen by Toxica and I'm drawing blank.
Indrax?
Indrax.
Drax.
Yeah, Dindrax.
I'm so I got
Ginger.
forgot his name, but yeah, that scene. And when you
Okay.
had your they had their staffs together, and like you all huddled together. Like I couldn't help but feel like I felt like in complete fear. I was that invested. That was one scene. And I remember when Zanaku stole your crystals for your Zord, the Elephant Zord. That was another scene that was like I couldn't sleep for like 3 days because of that when I was younger because of like
Oh, I'm so sorry.
when I saw that I was like
Well,
Yeah.
Taylor was like crying,
yes,
and
I felt that.
yeah, and Princess Shayla was holding her, and she was like, and when my Bear Zords broke, and
Yeah. Oh
Inside.
yeah, you mean the finale?
well, yeah, when
No, Zenaku took away the crystals from all of
Yeah,
them.
he did.
Remember? Zenaku.
Yes.
I could
thank
tell.
you, Anne.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
And I can tell you right now, Ann and Allison, when that scene happened, no, I didn't say it out loud, but inside, I felt like Marty McFly when he let out that big no. That's the kind of
Well,
investment I had in that
that's
scene.
actually what Taylor said, right? She was like,
Screaming, I was like,
swords, I swore to protect them.
oh man, that was incredible acting. To me, like that's why, like I think you're one of like the best storytellers. I mean, to me, like when I was watching, it was like I was thinking to myself, the storyline, the way they tell a story, the charisma, like this is so cool, man.
Well, Wild Force has a lot of heart. That is one thing it is not
Yeah,
missing is heart and a lot of very intense storylines. I mean, a
yeah.
lot of storylines in that show. But like each one sort of pulled at your heartstrings, right? In a different way.
Oh yeah,
People
especially
forget that it was very dark. Like it's dark. Like the Master Orc killing Cole's parents, and they never came back. There was no like. I remember one theory they tried to say was Toxca and Jindrax were Cole's parents, but that never ended up happening. That, and I'm glad they didn't do that. Plus, even killing off um, Ela or Master Orc the way they did, like he was human when he did that. Like it wasn't a monster; he was human. Like it was risky. It's like it's why I love Wild Force. It's top tier in my opinion. Like
absolutely.
Allison, you're top tier in my opinion as well. You know what's funny? People forget too. Like everyone talks about the female Red Rangers and like they're the leaders. People forget you were a leader too in that show, and
Yeah,
you were yellow. It's like it's not just Red Rangers that we like. Even Aaron, she was
Aaron,
pink
yeah.
and she was the leader. But
Mhm.
for some reason, they always forget you under the radar, and I don't like that. It's like no, Allison Taylor was a leader too. She was just yellow, but people just they always think Red Ranger, and it's just like nah. There have been other female leaders besides Red. So
And then to go back to what you're saying too, I mean, let's not forget, of course, let's not forget about on Lightspeed Rescue as well, because we got Allison McGinnis's thing. Wasn't she also considered a leader for that because she was in a military background?
yeah, kind of. I mean, Carter was the leader technically, but yeah, I mean, she helped recruit everybody. So yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Well, her father
Yeah,
was the
and
colonel.
and Allison, you should definitely have on. She is one of the sweetest humans. I
Yeah,
mean, she
I tried.
absolutely.
I tried. She never got back to me.
Well, she works. It is very hard for me to contact her. She works a lot. She is
Never
a
did.
busy bee. Like I will message her and then she will see it ages later. Like she barely checks DMs. So but she works a lot more than I do. So
Workaholic.
she's very busy. And she is one of the most stunning women I have ever seen in person. And she has the biggest heart. Oh,
One
You
day,
mentioned Allison. Which ranger is she?
she's the
she
pink
was Pink
light,
Lightspeed Rescue.
pink
Yeah,
light.
she was Dana Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's such a lovely person. And yeah. Anywho, yes, so what's
Oh,
whose question is
Robbie,
next?
Robbie, your next question.
I am next. All right.
Hi,
Uh, hi. It's great to see you.
great to
Thanks for
see
coming
you.
on.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sorry about my surroundings. I'm taking a little break at work, so I'm in my car right now.
Don't be sorry.
You're good, buddy.
I'm
Yep.
on my couch with my animals napping.
All right, my question. So can you share any like funny behind the scenes stuff with your cast? Like who was a prankster? Was there any pranks? Like what kind of stuff was going on behind the scenes? Were you pranking people?
Was I pranking people? No, I mean, Anne Marie and I would like go and hide to smoke outside. We had to smoke, hide our smoking. Part of our contract was that we could not be seen in public drinking or smoking, which was funny because all of us went drinking and doing karaoke and
Yeah, you're
Hmm.
I'm gonna speak from experience. Your cast knows how to party,
They're wonderful people. Everybody.
Yes.
and they're great. They are great people.
They are.
Wonderful human
It's
beings.
all fun. Like your cast knows how to have fun. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, it seems like a lot of the Power Rangers, oh my gosh, Ranger Stop a few years ago, I was with some of the Rangers who I could have been their mom, and we were all drinking and dancing, and we had a lot of fun. But
Yeah, but
behind
your
the
cast
scenes,
never
yeah,
got that out of control. They know how to have fun, but they keep it controlled.
uh, okay.
From my experience,
Um,
at
uh,
least.
Alyson, I have a question because like I always wondered this though. Was there like, and this is a fashion question for the late female cast though. Was there ever like a rule where like the ladies were like, because they had to be Power Rangers, they had to be clean cut, that they weren't allowed to have nail polish, or there was no rule on that? I was just curious to know like if there
That's
had to
a
be
great
hair.
question. Um, um, the so makeup and hair on set, because it was very early mornings, they had to be there earlier than we did, and my call time was 5:45 every morning. All right, Benjamin. Sorry, the doggy. So what my point is on that is they tried to make everything as easy as possible for themselves. And I can understand that because they had a lot of cast and there were only 3 of them. But as far as nail polish, if they had to deal with our nail polish every day, and back then there weren't gels that stayed on for 5 weeks, they were not dealing with nail polish then, and it's chipping and all of that. And we were to look like, you know, you know, like fighters, like we were not fighters, but like we weren't meant to look super dolled up.
Right.
Like some of the other female Rangers on the shows were a little bit more sexy looking.
No, I get it.
I mean,
I get it.
Taylor got a little bit of a transformation, as you saw with her hair and her outfit, with them untucking Taylor's shirt.
Yeah.
And putting my hair down, which I loved because I hated that hairdo and it hurt my head, that tight pony on top of my head.
Oh,
I hated
Been through
that.
it. I've been through it. I know how it feels.
Yeah, it's
My hair's
tight
long
and
too.
nice.
Same
Same
here.
with Peter too.
Yep.
Yeah, guys. But like a really tight pony on top of your head for
Oh,
12
that gives me a headache.
Yeah.
I hated
Yeah,
that
it'd be like
so
somebody
much.
pulling your hair.
Yeah, it's like a headache.
Yes,
dude.
headache inducing. So when I got to have my hair down and they were like, they prettied me up a little bit and I didn't have such weird, so Jessica and I, when they did our makeup at first, we were like, what the fuck? Like, cause it was
Uh-huh.
like, they wanted to like do like yellow eyeshadow on me and then like this brown kind of lipstick. And it looked so bad. And she had like pink, and she was like, so fortunately, it didn't end up looking that way, because as an actress, you don't want to look bad for 9 months, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anyways,
And Alison, the only reason I asked though is because in like throughout history, with portrayals in acting, like they always portrayed like villains like having like the nails. Like for instance, Toxica and Nadira, all the villains
yeah,
always have nails. That's why I was curious to know, was there a rule with the hero side of the females?
that's a great question. And we did not have any say in how we looked. Basically, we signed a contract saying they could do whatever to us. And I didn't realize that, which we found out when we first met with makeup and hair,
Oh wow.
that we
Huh.
were, they could have
Amazing.
shaved my head.
Oh,
I mean, they could have done whatever they wanted. I'm glad they didn't.
My goodness.
Me too, because you got beautiful hair. I love your
You
hair.
seriously do.
And
Thank you. But
that,
like Philip, like Philly, like he had much longer hair prior to shooting.
And he had
John
those like little
Marie-
silver things in the middle that they dyed those little silver
Oh no,
streaks.
sorry, honey. So sorry. Philip Andrew and Philip Jean Marie. So
Yeah.
Philip Andrew, he actually goes by Drew, so I call him Drew. Sorry, and Philip Jean Marie, I
Yeah.
call him Philly.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Oh,
But
okay.
sorry, Philip Jean Marie, who was
That's
Mac, who was our surging shark ranger.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had
In
much
the
Sorry, I
video.
just did
longer
the
hair.
pose.
Yeah, he had much longer hair when we all got cast, and they cut it substantially.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, yeah. But fortunately, I got to keep my hair.
That's cool. And
Glad you did.
and
Thank you.
that's why, Allison, you have so many moments. Like, that's why I had to make that ultimate best compilation a months ago. Like, where I had every single scene you did unmorphed, and I believe it was like a
That
4-hour
was
video because like you have so many.
amazing.
It took me
That
4
was
days to make, but it was worth
amazing.
it.
Thank you so much. That was amazing to see.
I'm actually working on the Kia's next.
Oh, I'm sure she will love that.
I'm working on 4 right now. Nakia, I'm working on Tracy Lynn, James Davy, and good buddy of mine, Richard Brancatiato.
Wow, that's really awesome.
And I say this too, and before you ask your
Forward
question,
to-
I just like to like give back because I've been a fan like these wonderful people here. I've been a fan of Power Rangers since it started in '93, and I love to give back in any way I can.
Well, that's a wonderful thing, and it is very, very appreciated.
Hence why
So,
we're doing the show now to immortalize you.
oh, thank you.
I think guys, I think for the next music video I make, I think I'm gonna have one where they play "This Is How Legends Are Made" and we just do like a montage of like all the Rangers just kicking ass.
Cool.
Yeah. Really quick, what's interesting, I didn't know they had full control over what you guys were, but it makes sense looking back
Yeah.
because you guys wore, like, there was only a couple times you guys were in different clothes. Other than that, it was mostly the same uniform. I had no idea they were in that much control, but that kind of makes sense now.
Oh yeah, we had absolutely no say in anything. We just were like, this is what's going on. But I
Ugh,
did like,
it's like signing your life away.
but sorry, hun?
It's almost like signing your life away in a sense, temporarily.
Yeah.
Well, the question, stupid question, was that under Disney or Saban? They were more strict on that. Just curious.
Well, I've spoken to Rangers from other seasons who were under Saban, and that was what it was for them. But I mean, most shows I have done, you don't really have a say.
Okay.
And if you're on it for long enough and you get a little bit more power, let me plug my phone in so it doesn't die. You can start saying yay or nay to things.
Oh.
So Anne, you've been so quiet.
Yes, and
Anne.
your question.
Always quiet. I told you that. I don't talk.
I
I'm not
know
talking.
that. That's why I said that.
Here you go, Anne.
I do
your
have a
first question.
question now. So, what was the most difficult scene or episode that you remember doing from Wild Force?
The most difficult or scene or episode.
Just any.
I think, well, one of the first difficult ones was bare necessities with the green screen in the plane, which seems silly because why, but just that whole scene where Taylor her plane starts to malfunction and she has to eject. That was hard for me because I'd never played an Air Force pilot, and I didn't know. I just wanted her to come across as strong still. And I had to use my imagination a lot because when you're doing green screen, there's nothing there, right? And so you have to
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
use
yeah.
your imagination and like see the eagle. Like, did you see that at what did I say? Are you guys checking it? Guys catching that on radar? What did I say? Sorry.
No, I get it. I totally, yeah, I
You
get
said
it.
it
I know
right.
what you have to do on green screen
Um,
anyway. I've been on a green screen once, so
This
when
is
it
a
comes to acting and green screen, I know what it's like anyway, Alyson.
my whole
I mean,
set
Thank
is green.
yeah,
and that and all of the scenes in the rain where we were unmorphed. Um, we were so cold, like it was painfully cold, and we were shooting through the night, and they
right, yes.
kept raining on us, these big huge cranes raining on us, and really trying to look tough and strong, um wet like a rat, like looking like a wet rat, like how do I look empowered and strong and not cold?
But it came out amazing. I love that. The
It
finale.
was a great scene.
Yeah,
I
It
mean,
was.
Loved
It
it.
yeah, it was
was a
very
great.
memorable, you know?
the rain made it really badass. I mean,
Didn't
as
it?
hard as it was. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
One
Amazing.
of the best
Didn't it?
series finales.
very memorable if you think about it, you know?
Yeah. When we were doing those clips where, we like walk forward and say, what do we say? Something like, and I say, that's something that they can never take away from us. And then we like hit the
Yeah.
ground and say, Taylor
So good.
Earhart. Yeah. Those, that kind of gave me chills doing that scene. So, but that was also tough, fighting in the rain, fighting sopping wet, fighting cold, fighting tired. But God, I'm glad that we did it. And they obviously knew what they were doing, and that it was going to turn out like that. But
Oh,
I love our season finale, our part 1 and part 2 so much. I just love it. I just love it so much.
It was
Was
one
there
of
a
the
I
part
best.
mean,
three?
you
I
guys
swear
made
there was a
that
part
scene look
three.
easy.
No, there was part two.
It was two
Sorry,
parts.
part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
No,
there was
no,
only
wait. I
two parts.
swear there was a part three on your finale. I don't.
No, no, there was only two parts,
No, I
Bob.
think it was
You're
just
thinking End of Time.
Oh, yeah, you're
End
right.
of
Yeah,
Time
yeah,
had
that's
three
right.
parts.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I kind of wish the Rangers kept their jackets as souvenirs. I was kind of
I know.
annoyed because
Those
they
were
would have
sweet
took,
jackets.
That was actually a really hard scene
yeah.
that and we all kind of felt like, really? We have to give her back our morphers
And your
and our
That's like real.
jackets.
That's like real
That's a
emotion.
bummer.
we felt naked taking them off. Like,
Yeah.
It's a great scene.
oh well.
I definitely gotta ask you too, like, what, because we have a couple of more minutes before we wrap up here, though. Like, I just gotta ask, what important like lessons or important values did you learn during your time from Power Rangers Wild Force?
Oh, that's a great question. Lessons. Um, hmm, lessons during it.
Yeah,
I
like your
think that I learned
experience.
the experience.
Yeah, pretty much like.
To be probably now looking back, to enjoy the process more and to just be more in the moment.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when you're doing something that you love. Because I think at the time I was just, not getting through each day, but just trying to like do a good job and do my job. But now as I'm older, I can kind of look back and like go, that was pretty amazing. But like I think when we were shooting, we're like, this is a job and we're gonna do the best we can. But for me, it's enjoying the process of each and everything I do now more in, in life. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense to us.
Absolutely.
Because guys, life is each and every moment. Life is going to the grocery store. Life is cleaning the cat box. Life is doing dishes. Life is cooking your breakfast. Life is not just these few little times that we are like with friends or at a party or doing the things that we think have more value. It all has value and it should all be enjoyed and we should be grateful for all the moments. So I think all these years later, that's what I have learned.
Beautifully well said, Mrs. Sullivan. And of course, like you're one of the like growing up, I always thought you were like one of the most badass, most fashionable Power Rangers growing up. With that being said, of course, and you have many legions of fans out there. So I was curious, this is gonna be final question before we start wrapping up here, and that is what's next for Alyson Sullivan? Now, this is the part, Mr. Sullivan. You can say anything you like, promote, hype, talk anything you want. I am passing the proverbial microphone onto you. The floor is yours, Mr. Sullivan.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, guys, thank you for having me on today. What is next for me? Well, I was just in LA. I just got back. I was shooting some scenes for my agent here, who I love here in Ireland. Lots
In Ireland?
lots of
You're close to me.
shows. Yeah, hi.
I'm in
Yeah,
the UK. You're in Ireland. We're just 2 islands away.
I know, and I was just in the UK, in Bristol and in London for 2 signings. You didn't know that?
No.
Messed up, Bobby.
I've been to Bristol a few times because if you were there, I would have saw you.
You messed up.
Well, if you followed me, you would know that I was there because I was posting it on my Instagram.
I mean, I don't have Instagram.
Oh, sorry. My husband is texting me. Sorry. Sorry. So so I have a great agent here and lots of things are being filmed here. So I am reading for parts. I am waiting to shoot do these voices for a new Zorro animated film.
Ooh.
And some other, yes, I do lots of voices. If I knew how to, guys, I am so not technically inclined, but I have like a 3-minute demo reel with all of the voices that I do on it, all the character voices.
It was wonderful. I heard it in New York Comic Con. You made me listen to it. It was great.
You
You
guys
played it for me, yeah.
did you hear Anne?
We did.
Allie made her
No.
listen to it. Alyson made me listen to her
You got
reel.
forced against your own will.
You guys, Anne is, and well, all of you are very special people, but Anne was like, she was my right arm at New York Comic-Con, and so was Ethan. He's wonderful.
Sorry about the
And-
food though. We didn't get any real New York pizza. That was horrible. That wasn't real pizza, okay?
That was not your fault at all. They were very, very long days. But I'm gonna
New
come
York
back-
pizza and New York bagels next time you're here.
dude, please.
Oh no, she's
Yeah.
muted.
No, Allison, you try Coney Island. I live in Brooklyn. Try Coney Island. I mean, they have good food there as well.
Well, I just love to eat, so let's do it, guys.
And if
Awesome.
you're ever in Chicago, we'll get you some deep dish.
There you go.
So when I was 23, my Greek boyfriend, there's lots of Greeks there. They had a big
There are
Greek.
tons of Greeks.
Sorry?
No, continue.
Yeah, yeah.
I just agree that there are lots of Greeks here, lots of Greeks and
Yeah.
Italians and Polish.
Yes. Yes. Well, he brought me to this big Greek convention thingy in Chicago in February. So I went and it was gorgeous there. It was freezing, but it was gorgeous. And I had deep dish pizza. I'm not going to comment on which pizza I like better because I don't want to get any haters. But pizza is one of my most favorite things. I had some for lunch today. But yes, both are great.
What's your favorite topping?
Yeah, favorite topping.
What's your favorite topping?
Well, mushrooms and there's a caramelized onion thing here in Ireland that's huge, and I cover it with that. And I love black olives on it.
Me too.
I actually love pizza with barbecue sauce and pineapple and mushrooms and black olives.
Okay.
Bless your wonderful heart.
Pineapple doesn't mix.
As a foodie, bless your wonderful
Right
heart.
there.
I hate pineapple.
Bless your wonderful heart.
Pineapple. Anne's face. She's like, no, you didn't.
Everything was going well until the pineapple.
Why pineapple?
Aloha.
Why pineapple?
Literally, it doesn't mix well. It literally doesn't mix well. I tried it. I was grossed out of my mind.
Well, that's okay. To each his own.
Some people love it.
I
can't help it. I it's sweet, and I have a huge sweet tooth. So
Okay, that's
if
why.
I could put
I respect
candy on my pizza, I probably would.
Yeah. Yeah, sweet tooth. I can respect that. I can respect that, Ali. Can I call you
Thank
Ali
you
for
so
short, if that's
much.
okay?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Well,
I prefer it because when I'm in trouble, Mom calls me Alyson, which she did this past week. She was like, Anna Alyson. I'm like, oh.
Mood. That's a mood.
you know how I knew when I was in trouble growing up is when my mother would not only call me Robert, but
Yes.
she'd throw in a middle name too. That's when you knew it was game over.
Me
Luckily,
too. Yes. Allison, Suzanne.
Luckily, my parents,
trouble.
they don't do that to me.
Before we
Sorry,
wrap
what?
up,
Me?
I'm sorry.
Oh, I just said, luckily, my parents, they don't do that to me.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah.
Do you have a nickname?
Well, yeah, mostly my girlfriend, she calls me Kay for short. Most of my friends do, but I like it both ways. My friends call me by my full first name, and some others call me by my favorite letter anyway.
Oh, well, I like being called Allie because it's less serious and means that someone is feeling warm towards me. But if someone calls me Alyson, that doesn't sound very warm.
Yeah, I
Enough for
understand.
next time.
I'm gonna start saying Allie now. I'm gonna say.
Okay, yeah, I can do it.
Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah.
Go on, Peter.
Nice.
Nice. Allie, because I don't want to sound cold. Allie, before we wrap up, we're gonna get final comments from the co-host, of course, and ladies first. Final comments for Mrs. Sullivan.
I just want to say thank you. This is my first time doing this, so this has been a blast. So hopefully we can do this again. And I think this is your number 150th episode.
Yep. Right.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Pete.
Instead, I needed a huge name, and Alyson, you were that huge name I wanted for this show.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for having me.
Anytime. Robbie,
I'm
sorry, you were gonna say?
glad that I figured it out so I could join you.
We're glad to have you, though. I've had Philip Jean-Marie on the show, Jack Guzman, and Marie. Now to have you on the show means a lot to me. Like, just to have you.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well, you guys should have Sin on it. She and I just hiked.
I asked her. She never got back.
Yeah, so did I.
She never got back.
I messaged her. Yeah, I messaged her on Instagram, but she doesn't follow me. So my guess is she probably didn't even see my message.
yeah, I don't think she sees my messages too either. It's probably hidden.
And I wanted to get drilled, but I don't think Drew uses his social media.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
I think
he
it's
uses
run by.
Twitch.
Drew
He
doesn't.
uses Twitch mostly.
Drew does not run his Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Christian runs it.
Yes, he does. Yes.
I see. Hopefully we
Yes.
can get them
But
on.
I will tell Sin, I don't know if she's a little bit shy. But she and I had a few hour hike in Griffith Park in the Hollywood Hills the other week, and it was so great to catch up with her. She is a very special person.
Yes.
I loved meeting her at Morphicon. She was so cool, but like you said, she's definitely not shy, but she was a little bashful.
Well, you have to think of this. Prior to me doing my first PMC, I'd done a lot of TV and film, but I had never experienced anything like that ever. And that was her first experience.
Yep, you just finished what I was going to say. I think that was not only her first Morphicon, but I think her first con.
Yeah.
So,
you guys, that was her first time with any fans at all.
Who
ever.
found her? But how'd she get found?
Me.
Oh,
I found her. I stalked her. I
You
went.
her.
you deserve a medal.
I wrote to every Sin Wong on social media for years till I found her. And then I said, please come to PMC. You have so many fans.
Yes.
Wild Force is not complete. What you guys, Power Rangers, to me, is not just the Power Rangers. We are not Power Rangers without all the other cast, the villains, right?
Yeah.
Like all the other actors and characters on the show. So for me, our cast, a lot has happened with Wild Force cast and has made our cast very disjointed. And I have been trying throughout these years to get us all together. Like Danny Wayne, who played Jindrax, he was not joining our panels, and now I said, look, Danny, like, you're a huge integral part of Wild Force. He played both the suit and the voice.
Yep.
He'd been part of Power Rangers for a decade, but the fans really didn't know him. And I'm like, please join us on our panels so that we have all of our cast there. So Sin blessed us and graced us with her beautiful presence finally at this PMC, and her heart was made so full by all the fandom. She was just blown away by all of the love. And so it's exciting that she'll be part of our team moving forward at cons.
And I gotta share this too, Alyson, because you notice those jerseys she was wearing. I personally designed her jerseys. Actually, like I said, I go back. Well, I like to give back to Power Ranger community. So what I do is I design jersey for former Rangers. This is Sin when she shared it. Actually, this is the jersey I made.
Oh wow, that is so cool. I'm sorry.
This is another one I made.
Is on the move again.
Like Psycho Yellow.
Sorry.
I made jerseys for a lot of Rangers and villains on the show. But yeah,
you did.
Yeah, I'll show you another one. This is another one.
Sorry.
Psycho Yellow was another one I did. That's another jersey I made.
Oh wow, cool.
And then of course there's this one right here because I'm very close friends with Kat Brown, who played was on Ninja Storm. I made one for her and her sons.
I can sort of see it. Not all the well. Sorry, Benny is on the move, and that's never a good thing. And he is blind, so I have to
blind.
Yeah, he's blind and he's deaf. So
that's the worst combo.
I kind of have to make sure. Sorry, you guys. I have to see. Oh,
sure.
All is well.
We're gonna wrap up very soon. So
okay, sorry. Okay,
Robbie, your final comment for Mrs. Sullivan.
Oh boy. Alyson, it's always great seeing you.
Always great seeing you. Hope your work day is good.
Yeah, it's going
Feel
good.
warm enough.
Yeah, it's actually pretty warm here today.
Really? Okay.
It,
Like
yeah,
50,
it's like,
50 something
yeah,
right
it's in
now.
the 50s here. It's not bad.
Same like here too. Good. I'm glad because you guys were
But,
just freezing your buns off not too long ago.
yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm just so grateful that we've become friends the last year and a half, and I hope to see you back in New York soon. Hopefully,
I'm
maybe one of the
trying.
Ranger stop,
Likewise.
whether it's Atlanta or Orlando. Hopefully, see you at one of those.
You guys
That'd be
have to
great.
ask them. You guys have to ask them for us if you want to see us there.
You can't just ask Michael.
Just ask.
No, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
I'll message Mikey tonight.
Like, thank you. Yeah, no, guys, Ranger Stop has always been one of my most favorite cons.
It's so much fun.
Do you like it more than
Oh,
PMCC?
Well, really, the dinner where we all get to hang out and dance and talk
Oh,
and
it's a
all that
blast.
is always fun. And it's not tiny. It's a decent size, but it's more intimate than PMC. And you guys have more time with us.
Oh.
Whereas like so many times at PMC, fans as I'm leaving are like, "Oh, Alyson," and I'm like, "I didn't get to see you." I'm like, "That's because there's so many of us, and we don't get to spend as much time together." So
Yeah, I mean, there were people I didn't get to it at PMC. Like, you could literally PMC, you just get lost in there.
I
yeah,
literally was waiting online just because you had such a big line, Allie, that I literally was waiting 40 minutes just to speak with you. That's how huge the lines were.
dude, I'm so sorry. Well, also too, I like to actually talk to everybody longer than 1 minute. So
Oh, you do.
like to
You
talk to people.
definitely do.
Yes, but you're very fan interactive, and which we absolutely love about it.
Well, of course, you guys. I mean, the thought of spending one minute, "Hi, what's your name?" Sign it. Okay, picture. Okay, bye. That is like so. I just can't do that. Like
Yeah,
seeing
even
like. Sorry, Rob.
I was gonna say, even like outside the con, like I remember I was having breakfast. I think it was Orlando. The last Orlando Ranger stop. I'm sitting at a table having breakfast. All of a
I
sudden,
saw you.
I hear, "Hi, Rob," and I'm like, unfortunately, I almost blew you off because I'm eating and I'm in the zone, and yeah, because I didn't
You were
recognize you
coming
at first.
like, "Oh, hi." I was like, "Oh, sorry, am I bothering you?"
No, well, the thing is, I didn't recognize you because you were wearing a hat and sunglasses. So I'm like,
Because I'm vain and I wasn't all dolled up. So I was like hiding, like, I don't want any pictures like this. So
yeah, because I think that's what
like,
it was. And I'm thinking in my mind, I'm looking, I'm like, who the hell is this? And then I'm like, oh, shit, it's Alyson. Hi. I'm sorry.
well, I'm glad that you finally recognized me. But yeah,
I felt like such a jerk after that. I'm like, oh
No.
my God, I hope she doesn't hate me.
dude, do not be silly. It's seeing a ranger outside of a con is like seeing your teacher outside of school at like the
That's
supermarket.
fair.
You're like, wow, you exist outside of this little world. You know how like kids see their teachers
Yeah.
outside of
Yes.
school. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like you exist outside of our classroom. It's like, yes, I have I can see you out here
And
too.
that's so funny that you remember that story. That's so funny that you remember that.
Well, yes, because I was there too with you.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, that guy was a jerk. I'm glad
I
he didn't.
never. You are far from a jerk ever. So no worries, no worries. It was out of context and it was morning and I don't like sitting there eating and people come up and say hi to me because you're just like, oh shit, like I got food in my teeth or anyways,
Yeah,
it's all good.
I try
We are
not to do
friends
that. Like
now,
fighting.
Yeah.
so
Yes,
All right.
we've come a long way since then.
Yeah.
yeah.
Very quickly, because we don't have much time, guys.
Yeah.
Kwame, your final comment.
Wait, didn't Daniel say his?
Dan's gonna do his next. We're gonna do you first. We're
Okay,
gonna do
okay.
you and then Dan.
Yeah, Ali, thanks for making my childhood like rememberable, and also, yeah, I love Wild Force, and also finally get to say it. You are one of my top favorite Yellow Rangers.
Same here.
Oh, thank you for all the kind words. I am so grateful to have been a part of your childhood and thanks
Mhm.
for wanting to chat with me. And
Mhm.
hopefully I get to meet you in person. Maybe you'll see next time when I'm in your country and in your town and you'll
I
come see
really
me.
hope I get to meet you because I do want to meet you in real life, and I want to go to Power Morphicon one day because that's my dream convention. Just meeting everything that's Power Rangers related to me because that's my dream convention. If I see you
It
there,
is
I'm
so
definitely
fun.
taking lots of photos of you.
So look
Go for it.
forward to it.
Me
Look
too.
forward to it.
Dan,
Thank
Dan,
you,
Same
Kwame.
Dan,
Nice
Dan.
to meet you.
You
Your
too.
final comment from Mrs. Sullivan.
Allie, I love you. You and I go way back, so it's
Yes,
always a
we
pleasure seeing and
do.
talking with you. And just let me say, I just like you were just talking about how you talk to people. I'm very grateful and thankful that you actually um do take the time with people at kinds, and it's genuine. You're sincere about it, and people like I think that's why why I love you because you're not faking it. Some fake it, but it's genuine and sincere, and I really appreciate and I love that. And I
You.
think I've said it a couple times before, but you like to me your top tier favorite
Yes.
Yellow Rangers, and just
Top three.
I have to say too, you were saying the stuff about taking every moment. I've become more like that, especially with everything that's been going on these past years. I mean, because you and I mean, stuff with Jason. Obviously, you were close to him too, so you and I we're very similar in that way. But just I love you. You're the best to me, and just I hope I see you at PMC or Ranger Stub or anywhere I get to see. I love seeing you. It's always a pleasure, and you're just so cool.
Likewise.
I love you,
Likewise.
Emily.
Thank you so much.
But
Love you and thank you for always just being so sweet and sharing that lovely smile with me. Brightens my day.
Dan, you have great pearly whites, by the way.
Thank you.
I'm gonna be very
Smile.
I'll be very quick with this, Ali, because I know you got to go. So I'm going to be very quick, like Keanu Reeves in Speed. So I'm going to say this. Thank you for not only an amazing interview, Ali. You're one of my favorites growing up. And I'm going to sound like a broken record when I say this. And you know what? I don't care if I do. But let me just say this. It's very unfortunate, Mrs. Olin, that you don't have those powers like in Power Rangers. But you do have this incredible gift. How you could take a 35-year-old something fan, bring him way down here, and make him feel like that 12-year-old again, watching Wild Force and seeing this badass known as Taylor kick so much ass and giving so much heart in Wild Force.
Thank you
Bravo.
so much.
Mhm.
It
That-
was
You have
my
it in you.
honor. And look, I get to be so blessed with so many friends and so much love and support. And thank you for sharing your hearts with me and letting me share mine with you.
Thank you. And guys, let's do this before she wraps up. And you're new to this. This is the last thing we're gonna do. I waited since I was 12 years old to do this for you, Alyson. And that is, thank you, Alyson. Thank you, Alyson. Thank you, Alyson.
Aww.
Thank you. And I will send you a copy of this interview as soon as it's done editing, which will be today.
Mhm.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you.
so much.
Have a great
I
day, everybody. And thank
hope
you,
to see
Alyson.
you and hug you in person soon.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Take
Love
care,
you,
everyone.
It
Al.
was an honor to
May the
interview
power
you.
protect you.
Hey, the power
You
protects us.
too.